know who's 297?
Okay. Okay, that's fine. They're lucky that we don't have city council meetings going on. No, I'm just saying that because if the microphones aren't working, that's just ridiculous. You know that there would be on it, like, you wouldn't believe if it was city council. Then I know I'm still on the record. In case somebody pulls this up and hears me complaining. And I'm using this one. It's actually lasted quite a long time. This is the one in my office.
No se escucha.
I think I need one of you up here for the mother. All right, Jorge Barrera, if you would unmute.
Oh, yeah, can you hear me? So,
Yes, I can. And your mother's president as well, correct?
yes.
Oh, there's a, who's 297? Mr. Delgado, can you mute your device, please?
All right.
All right, Mr. Barrera, I need you unmuted. So he speaks English.
It's his mother that needs interpreter. Okay, you're good. Perfect. All right, Mr. Barrera, I have a document that indicates that on November 27th of 2020, shortly before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, in the area of 104th and Joliet Street here in Commerce City, that you violated the ordinance against unlawful possession, consumption, or use of marijuana in public and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. Give me a second while the interpreter advises this for your mother.
Sí, señor Barrera, tengo un documento enfrente de mí que indica que el 27 de noviembre de 2020, alrededor de las 3 de la tarde, en lo que es la 104 y la Joliet Street, que usted lleva la infracción de poseer o consumir o el uso de marihuana y posesión de parafernalia de drogas.
Do you understand what it is you're accused of?
¿Usted entiende a qué le están acusando?
No se escucha.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, the city attorney says that you have agreed to go to the diversion program in exchange for a dismissal of this case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Usted está dispuesto de ir al programa de desviación para, en cambio, el fiscal le puede soltar el caso original.
Senora, are you his mother?
Señora, usted...
Sí.
Okay. Do you understand what your son is accused of doing?
¿Usted entiende cuál es la acusación que le llevan contra su hijo?
Sí.
Do you understand what the city attorney is offering him to resolve this case?
¿Usted entiende qué es lo que le está ofreciendo el fiscal para resolver este caso?
Sí.
Do you agree that your son is acting in his best interest by accepting this resolution?
¿Usted está en acuerdo que es en el mejor interés de su hijo que él acepta esta resolución?
Sí.
Thank you. Okay, Jorge, when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to send you the referral to the diversion class and give you a new date, which will be your deadline for completing that class. Do you understand that? Jorge, I need to be able to hear your answer.
Can you repeat that? It kind of like, I couldn't hear you.
All right, when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to send you a referral to the class and give you a new date. That's your deadline for completing the class. Do you understand that?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Señora, mis ayudantes van a mandar la información sobre la clase y la cita nueva de que tenemos en corte. Él tiene que completar la clase antes de ese día de corte, ¿entiendes?
Sí, está bien.
Okay. ¿Traes preguntas sobre el proceso o el caso?
No.
Okay, está bien. All right, Jorge, you and your mother are free to leave the meeting. Okay? Nahum Perez, if you would unmute, please.
Yeah.
Do you need an interpreter?
No.
You're 18 now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you turned 18 in December?
Yeah. December.
Okay, that's fine. You can stand down. I don't know if the last person needs, does the last person need an interpreter? Okay, you're done. Thank you. All right. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation, on November 7th of 2020 at 9:30 in the morning in the area of 69th and Ivy Street here in Commerce City, the city attorney will dismiss the original unsafe vehicle charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the advisement of rights on the video advisement?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to
Well,
go,
it's also in the paper too.
I'm sorry?
It's also in the paper that you sent me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to go over some of those with you really quickly.
All right.
Understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case. Do you understand you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney if I accept your guilty plea to the reduced charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charges against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf, and if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent, and if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, on my own.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, just
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your
No.
ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
no, Your Honor.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation on November 7th of 2020 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
I will accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want to tell me that I should take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No, Your Honor.
Anything about the accident or anything at all?
No. Just if you may consider that I didn't harm anyone else, but just me.
Yeah, I'm showing this as just a property damage accident, but the
They-
police officer's notes don't really explain. It just says that your steering wheel locked up.
Yeah.
2005 BMW. Did it total your BMW?
No, just what's called the right side, the headlight, and
All right. Your schedule fine's $200. I have to give you an aggravated fine because of the accident itself. I'm going to reduce your fine to $120 plus surcharges and court costs. When you leave the meeting, my clerks will get in contact with you. They'll tell you what the total is. If you need to work out a payment plan, they can take care of doing that for you. Do you have any
all right,
questions?
thank you.
Do you have
Thank
any
you, Your Honor. No, no questions, Your Honor.
All right, so you can leave the meeting. They may not contact you today, it may be tomorrow or Friday. So don't be in a panic if you haven't heard from them, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. You have a good
Feel
day.
free to leave the meeting.
Good.
Okay, guys, I think you guys are done, as far as I can tell. And Miguel, I guess you're coming back this afternoon, just to see if any of those people this afternoon need you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, 12:45, if you come back, that should be perfect. All right, and we'll see you next time. Byron? Is it Byron? I didn't think so. It's Felix, isn't it? Hey, Miguel, before you guys head out, let's make sure he doesn't need an interpreter. Okay, good. All right, then you guys are free to go, and we'll see you back this afternoon. Thank you. We'll see you next time. So Adam's talking to the add-on, right? Yeah. Okay. All of this jumping back and forth between full court and Zoom and driving records and the e-ticket. Almost. Uh-huh. Yeah, that might be a good idea. No, let's wait until tomorrow. And today's too late to worry about it. Well, yeah, but just to see if it's even in there. That way you could say, there's one here. Right. Well, according to this, the FTR has been recording this whole time, and it's on time. This time it's moving normally. So whatever he did, at least it makes it look like it's working. Somebody unplugged it in there. Well, that's stupid. Okay. Well, I'm telling everybody it's going to be delayed getting it. Yeah, that's fine. Mr. Delgado, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a request to set aside a default that entered when you failed to appear back on October 21st of 2020. I can tell you that your motion is untimely filed on most charges except for the no proof of insurance charge. So I'm going to grant your request as to the no proof of insurance charge. The city attorney has agreed to have me set aside that default and dismiss that charge. I'm going to deny your request as it relates to the speeding charge because the time limit is already run on motions to set aside for that charge. So I'm going to impose the $80 fine plus surcharges plus court costs plus the clearance fee as to the speeding charge and dismiss the no proof of insurance charge. Do you have any questions?
Like, how am I able to get my license like reinstated sooner?
Well, you'll have to pay the $80 fine plus surcharges plus court costs plus clearance fee. Once we get that, it's all sent electronically. So, within a day or two, you become eligible to reinstate.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions?
Yeah. No. That should just be emailed to me then?
Yeah, when you leave the meeting, my clerks will email you the information on how to pay the part of the fine that I'm not reopening or setting aside. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. You're free to leave the meeting.
All right, thanks.
All right, Mr. Mora, if you would come to station number 1, please. All right, court's on the record in case number 294460. I have a request to set aside the default that entered back on January 15th of 2020. Mr. Mora, why did you wait so long? You should have followed up back in November of 2019 when you did this. I lose jurisdiction over your case when the default is more than 1 year old. I actually lose jurisdiction after 60 days for everything else, but no proof of insurance. By statute, I can reopen after 1 year. 1 year ran on January 15th of 2021. You're a week too late. I have no authority to reopen your case at this point. And if you had just followed through, you'd have saved yourself the fine and the points. So I've got to deny it because I don't have any authority to reopen it at this point. I see the stuff you faxed in. Yeah, that's great. But you didn't follow through and get the case dismissed or deal with the default. I mean, all of this came in, before the default entered. You should have followed through because the point is you needed to appear. There wasn't any COVID restriction in January of 2020. Nobody went on COVID anything until March 12th. So you've tied my hands. I understand that. All right. So to, January, I understood. I missed January. I was getting in touch with guys. February, March. Like, yeah, on Wednesday we'll just have to. Like, I'm here today. All right. If you'd have done this at any time. Yeah, I mean, so, it's unfortunate, but there's really nothing I can do. So until this gets paid in full, there's going to be a block against your driving privilege, okay? All right, if you go to the windows in the lobby, see my clerks, they'll tell you the total. Once it gets paid in full, then the clearance gets issued to DMV, okay?